I got y'all. Now I know y'all are interested in them. You've seen them at Lowe's, just like I have. So this right here is, they call it an Axis 700. It's 4-wheel drive, push button 4-wheel drive. But CVT transmission, or CV transmission, whatever. I've been seeing these for a while, and I went ahead and bit the bullet, bought me one. They're made in China, assembled in McKinney, Texas. This is a High Sun, is what it's called. My neighbor, he has a similar one. Thing's about 8 years old, only a handful of little things that went wrong with it. It is supposedly a total replica of the Yamaha Rhino, the old Yamaha Rhino, the one that had the 4-wheeler motor in it, the Raptor 660 motor. So yeah. Anyway, so far I'm pretty happy with it, and I'll do a full review to come, you know, for people that want to check this out and everything. But of course, you know, I did not get this for play. I'm sure I'm going to have fun with it. I have been having fun with it. I just got it yesterday. It's enjoyable. But I got this thing to work. My land is treacherous. Hardly anything will traverse it, at least with any kind of sense of security. The best thing is a 4-wheeler. I had a Jeep for a while, and the Jeep just wasn't cut out for it. It would go, but you know, bumpy as can be and too big. I need a small vehicle that I can get in and out of nooks and crannies, and I also need something like a 4-wheeler that'll go anywhere. So far this thing has been great. I've only used 4x4 a handful of times, and that's because I wanted to, not because I needed to. You know, like perfect example is I went face first down a fairly steep hill just so that I could see if it would back up without 4-wheel drive. And of course it didn't. I had to put it in 4-wheel drive and it would back up the hill no problem. But if this was a 2-wheel drive, I would have never put myself in that situation. 9 out of the 10 circumstances that a person will get themselves into where they need 4-wheel drive is because they either wanted to or they don't know how to drive. So anyways, but I'm glad it's 4-wheel drive. I'm glad I got it, and then we're going to see right off the clip here, we're going to find out if it'll haul a load. And I mean a real load. We're going to fill this bed full of wood, firewood, for this upcoming winter, and see how she does. The book says you're not supposed to load it more than 350 pounds in the bed, and that's tongue weight and everything if you're pulling a trailer too. So I don't know if I'm going to put 350 pounds worth of wood in there today, but I'm going to fill it up and you're going to see it. The saw of choice is my beautiful Poland 3750, which I call the Binford Bad Boy. So I told Joe that I would try to have at least a tank full of gas ran through this thing, because it's got a fresh rebuild, new ring and everything. That way, Dyno Joe is who I'm talking about. I will be sending this to Dyno Joe to have him port and polish it. Mainly because, I mean, yeah, it's a rare cylinder and I don't want to screw it up. I'm pretty new to this. I can't just simply buy a replacement for it, and I wouldn't want to. So there's that, and so I want it to be in a more skilled porter's hands, and also I want to see the horsepower results. So, but anyways, without further ado, let's get cracking and cut some wood. Let's stop right there. That might be about all she'll hold. These are big pieces. Perfect. Oh, I'm loving that already. These are proper firewood length, which for me is about 18 or 19 inches. And I can get 2 of them stacked in there. That's great. Okay, first big glaring terrible problem is there's no points in which to hook on my tie straps. Now this right here, I don't need it really tied down super tight or anything, and I found some spots that I could hook onto, but there needs to be D-rings like all over this bed. At least 2 on each side, at least, maybe 3. But now they are secure enough. They're not going to roll out, I don't think. And we'll see if we can climb up over this little berm that I've got to climb up. See if it carries it. Definitely weighted it down substantially in the back. I would guesstimate that these weigh probably 40 pounds each. Something like that. Maybe 45 or 50 on some of them. Let's go with 40. So there's 6 up top and 4 on the bottom. So that's 10, so that's 400 pounds that we got in here. So she's really hunkered down. But it's working. We're getting it. Still in just 2-wheel drive low, and it's fine. Well, the more I drove it, the more it packed that suspension. But you know, that's as big of a load as I'm ever going to put on it. So, I don't know, maybe someday I'll do like gravel or something. Maybe gravel would be heavier. So yeah, the more I drove it, the more it packed that suspension, and it's pretty much bottomed out. But yeah, it did fine. I can't expect much more than that. That's a heck of a load, and for this little thing. definitely need to put some D-rings on the sides. To make this quicker and easier and better and nicer and all that jazz. I did have the fear that this bed was going to just tilt back, you know, come off due to the big load, but it did not. So let's see if the dump function is going to work for us. I have a doubt that I'll be able to pick it up because it's just so heavy, you know. I don't think I'm going to be able to dump it. We'll see. We're going to find out. Hot damn diggity. That worked. That's charmed, didn't it? Ha! That's good. Ah! Dang, this stuff's heavy. I like to give you West Coasters crap. This ain't no cedar, and it ain't no Doug fir. Literally it weighs twice as much. Heavy, heavy, dense wood, this red oak. All right. Well, first test is complete. It'll haul a load. A decent, I mean, it's a big load. I don't plan on hauling anything bigger than that. I mean, it would be nice if I could, but shoot, the bed's not even big enough. So, you know, it is what it is. Nothing bent as far as I can tell. It handled its business. Had plenty of power. I don't know how it came off on video, but you know, I was just babying it, just going along. And boy, it didn't want to steer very much because all the weight was in the back. Never needed four-wheel drive at all. It just two-wheel drive, plenty. But yeah, good little machine. Hopefully it lasts for me. And like I said, I'll do an actual review video of this and all the little ins and outs of it. Like for one thing, like it has a safety on it. Like if the driver's seatbelt is not buckled, you know, it won't go above like a mile an hour. It goes real slow. And well, that's simple for me because I just understand that you just kind of unplug it. And so there's an electrical fitting, just unplug that. You know, most people will live forever keeping the dang seatbelt plugged in because they don't know. All you got to do is lift the seat up and there's a little connection there. You just unplug it. But you know, people need to see that in an actual review video. But I know I said that I was going to keep it with chainsaws. To me, this fits right in. You know, this is going out in the wood, cutting up some wood and bringing a load of firewood in. I can't wait to see how well it pulls the trailer up some of my more gnarly hills, you know. The hitch on it seems to be real. I mean, like it's going to be spaghetti. So can't have much of a tongue weight at all. Pulling shouldn't be any issue because, I mean, this thing ain't going to be able to pull enough to where it'll mess up the hitch from the pulling action. But if I put a heavy tongue weight on there, yeah, it'll bend that up real quick, fast, and in a hurry. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. The Poland 3750 Benford bad boy ran perfectly. It's a good little saw, man. I like that thing. The Timberwolf is a better saw because it's you don't have any problems finding parts for that thing. The 3750 is definitely getting past its prime, and because Poland's reputation was in the gutter whenever those things were being made, and still is. People consider them junk, and so lots of times they just were thrown away, whereas if they were kept, then we would have a good supply of parts, and we don't. And so that's really the only issue that I have with those Poland high tops is, especially if you get to the big blocks, you don't have a good supply of parts, and basically you're relegated to eBay and getting used parts. So I definitely still consider the Timberwolf a better 60cc saw than that Poland, but it does not feel as good. It absolutely does not feel as good. That Poland is really lightweight for its size. I mean, they took a 50cc saw and just kind of stretched it out and bumped it up all the way to 60. So it's still a really lightweight, fun to handle little saw. Whereas that Timberwolf is bulky and is heavy. And I mean, I really like it, and it's got definitely more power in stock trim than the 3750 has. It's got gobs of torque, but as you saw, it did fine. It runs great, and I love it. So anyways, that's enough for this video. I hope you like the Axis 700. You'll see it in a lot more videos, I'm sure.